Today's video is going to be a loadout video, but it's not going to be your typical 20-minute gameplay with the loadout at the end kind of thing. We already talked about this in the last Cooper Carbine video. You guys have seemed to really like that. It did really good. It got a lot of likes and good feedback. So here we are making a new video, but with the Automaton or the Automaton or whatever you guys want to call it. This is a little bit harder to use than that Cooper Carbine build that we used, but it's also pretty easy at the same time. But don't worry, guys. I do have some examples for you right now. You guys are going to see a couple examples of why this auto is actually so nasty. Keeper weak, cracked him. Oh my god, I just beamed that guy.
Nice shot. What the hell?
Other one. Cracked one. Dead. Dead.
Still in front of us.
Yep, I see this guy. Weak, cracked, dead. Looking over you. He's weak. Weaker. Nothing crazy, though. Your left. He can left. Cracked him. Down him.
Nice work.
There's a lot of, situations with this gun that I actually like a little bit more than the Cooper Carbine because it's pretty strong. It doesn't have that issue with bullet velocity like the Cooper can sometimes, but it also does not have too much recoil, but it does have more. So I do not think it's the best gun in the game. I don't think it's better than the Bren. I will never lie to you on here, but this gun is really good. It's something that you can change it up with. I've been playing pretty well with it, so let's get right into this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Let's get right into it. So yeah, the gun is disgusting if you're actually using it the right way. Personally, this is my loadout right here. This is my favorite loadout. So I'm going to walk you guys through some of it and give you guys my opinion of why I like a lot of this stuff and, why I'm using it. This gun right now has never treated me wrong. I do like this a lot. If you watch my streams in the morning, which you guys should be at twitch.tv/Crowder, you guys see that I actually do use this gun a lot and I'm not just making a YouTube video on it for views or anything like that. But here we go. The Mercury silencer is what I'm starting off with. The reason why I use this over the MX silencer is because this actually helps your recoil control a lot, where this doesn't help as much. Even though it does do the horizontal, the Mercury does do the vertical as well. And personally, I think this gun has a little bit of recoil without the recoil attachments actually added to it. And this gun does not hit hard enough not to be an absolute laser beam. So personally, I think the Mercury is good. The damage range drop off is not that significant. I did not really feel it when I was testing out different silencers and stuff. So I stuck with the Mercury to do the recoil control. It helped me out a lot. And now here is probably the most important part of the loadout. The Zach 600mm BFA barrel is what I would use over the sniper barrel. I know you're going to see a lot of people use the sniper barrel. When they nerfed this gun when the game first came out, they nerfed the sniper barrel a lot, if I remember correctly, and they hit a lot of recoil stuff on this, and having this sniper barrel just adds a lot of recoil to it. And again, the bullet velocity in the range is really not that much of an issue in my opinion. So I really like this other one right here. It makes it highly accurate and more controllable. This is probably the most important thing to make this gun a beam. I tried with the sniper barrel. I didn't really like it too much, so I really stuck with this one. And ever since I kind of switched to this barrel, this is actually when I started using this gun. So definitely try that out and let me know what you guys think. You do not need some crazy bullet velocity, crazy long range weapon in this map of Caldera, or any map really, because most of the fights that you get into aren't that super far, and if they are, they're probably harder shots anyway, especially if you're more of a casual player. So you don't really need that. You want to have that low recoil for the routine kills, and that's kind of what I'm giving you this loadout for. So that's really important. And the 2.5 custom is just the optic I use. You guys can kind of use whatever's to your comfort. If you guys are asking for suggestions, I would use the 2.5 instead, and or the 3 to 6 times scope. Where is that? It is right here. Those would be the two other optics I'd use, but it does not really matter. And then the stock is the padded stock. This is really important for the flinch resistance, and on top of that, the recoil during sustained fire. I personally think that's the only stock you can really use. Maybe you can use the skeletal instead, because this is pretty good for the initial firing recoil, but I personally like the recoil during sustained fire. I think it makes it pretty easy to actually control. So that's what I use with that one. The hand stop, very simple. Recoil control, very important. And then the magazine, I use 75 rounds. It doesn't hurt anything. All these other rounds kind of, do something with the recoil, or this one just doesn't have enough bullets, so this one you can't use. And then this one just makes the recoil too hard and the fire rate. It's not really worth the 50 rounds. So personally, the 75 round drum is really easy with lengthened to actually make up for all that range that you lost on some of the other attachments. Polymer grip, this is going to do the flinch resistance and more accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. Makes this gun an absolute laser beam. You could get crafty with some of these if you really want to. I stick to the polymer. And then tight grip's also very important for the accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. As you can see, we're using a lot of attachments to limit that recoil recoil, make this gun an absolute laser beam. This gun is insane. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks now on how to use it, how to control the recoil, and just give you the basics of why this gun is so good. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you're liking this video in this kind of style, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and let's get right into the tips and tricks. All right, so here we are right now. We are on the Caldera map. I'm in Plunders, kind of off in a corner by myself, so hopefully no one finds me here. But I'm just going to give you some basic tips and just ideas of like what the auto looks like. I call it the auto, of course, of like recoil control and just like what you're going to really be facing when you're using this gun. You know, like the biggest thing when you're using weapons is obviously knowing the recoil pattern. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it's really probably the most important thing that you can really know about the gun. And not everyone watches all my videos, so I obviously repeat it every single time. But if I back up to around like this tree, which is obviously not too far back, it's about 15 meters. This is what the recoil pattern is going to look like if I don't control it at all. So I'm going to shoot at the bottom right there. And it's just going to kind of go straight up and a little bit to the right. And you can see with 75 bullets right there, look how accurate this gun really is, though. Even though the recoil is a little bit aggressive right there, it's very consistent and the bullet spread is pretty tight. So with that being said, all you have to do when you're using this gun, if your mouse and key controller doesn't matter, is pull down slightly to the left, like just slightly. So at first, it goes up straight, and then towards the sustained fire, like, you know, halfway through or a little bit like right before halfway through, it starts going to the right. So all you have to do is back up to this tree. And if you could practice this in a game or whatever you can really do, obviously it's kind of hard because there's no like private match on Warzone. But if you kind of do what I'm doing right here, it's really important. All you got to do is just know your gun. And once you learn your gun like this, if you're watching this, you can see that all you have to do is as you're shooting, pull down, straight down, and then slightly to the left, slightly to the left. And it's going to look exactly like that. And you can see that is a much more accurate bullet spread. Then all you have to do after that is obviously practice, try and get better with bullet recoil control. It's not going to be, you know, first time. You're just going to get used to it. I've been playing Call of Duty way too long. So, of course, I can do it a little bit quicker than, you know, the average player that's playing. But if you are, you know, a casual player, not playing too much, if you just want to kind of get some practice reps in, see what you're working with, I think it will help you out a lot. And then on top of that, when you're using this gun is really good. You have a pretty good strafe speed with it, left and right for an assault rifle. And then if you really want to practice some other stuff, like you can try and keep your, you know, recoil pattern within like this bar, for example. So all I'm going to do is go left, right, like that. And just kind of keep it within like, you know, that small space of where it's colored and, you know, that like the wood area. I think that's also something that can help you out. But once you can, you know, kind of use the left to right speed of the strafe speed of this gun and then also control the recoil at the same time, you are going to get a lot of those routine kills in Warzone that are so important. Like this gun is not the strongest gun in the game. So, you know, taking straight up challenges in open fields and all that stuff is never going to really help you out. But if you're playing your positioning and all that other stuff the right way, which also I can make an entire video on, you know, rotations and positioning and stuff if you guys want. Obviously, leave a comment below if you guys want to see that. If you can, you know, you're in your positions. Warzone is all about getting your routine kills. And like, man, I can't explain it enough how many times I'm running through a field like this. I'm in an open field and all of a sudden someone will shoot me for like that house. But their shots just not good enough. So I get around this wall. And as soon as I get around this wall, I heal up. And now that I know they're there, they're almost at the disadvantage because maybe they're not the best player. I'm able to just like slide shoulder. And then if the, you know, the player that you're fighting has a better shot than you or, you know, is a little bit better than you, since you just missed the routine kill on him, they're probably going to kill you now. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video that's happened to. So the best way to avoid that is when you see those routine kills is not to choke them. And guns like the Auto, the Cooper, very easy weapons to use if you know what you're doing, will get you just that. So this gun right here, the recoil control is really easy. What I recommend is obviously playing, you know, buildings and positioning and making sure you always have cover with this gun. But the biggest thing to practice with this gun and almost any gun is the ability to strafe and aim all at the same time, or strafe and recoil control at the same time. If you can get that down with this gun, it'll help you a lot. On top of being in buildings and all that stuff too, your gun really wants to look like this as you're going left and right. You can see that my bullet spread is really not that crazy. The only thing that's changing is me going left to right. That's a very accurate pattern. You see people running through open fields. If you can get that down, this gun will help you out a lot. So hopefully the basic tips of this gun, you know, kind of help you out and all that. Of course, if you guys want me to make more of an advanced aiming video or something, leave a comment below. I always try and listen to a lot of your feedback because a lot of my videos are all your feedback of coaching videos. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. We have a lot of content coming your way. And of course, if you like this style of video, which is a little bit more straight to the point, not 20 minutes of gameplay of me dropping a 30 bomb with a gun, you know, you get the loadout at the end, more of a little bit more in-depth kind of stuff and just like more, you know, more to the point, let me know, because I really am trying to change my style of YouTube videos for you guys to make them more engaging for you to watch, something that you guys want to watch and not just like skip through and all that, and then, you know, help you out. So if this is something you guys like, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, it's been your boy Crowder. I'll see you guys next video.